Which of the following cannot be inferred from the first indicator of the regime's vulnerability? When we look at the passage, we will see that the 4th, 5th and the 6th paragraphs talk about the first indicator of the regime's vulnerability. Let us look at the options. Option A. Sending children to study abroad is one step to ensure that the child can settle down in a foreign country. When we look at the last two lines of the 4th paragraph, it says 64% of the China's wealthy were either emigrating or planning to do so. Rich Chinese are sending their children to study abroad in record numbers. When these two lines come together, then we can infer that the Chinese are sending the children to study abroad as they may want those children to settle abroad. So option A is definitely correct. Option B. The Chinese higher education system is unable to attract and retain the children of rich Chinese. Let us go back to the same line. It says rich Chinese are sending their children to study abroad in record numbers, in itself an indictment of the quality of the Chinese higher education system. So we can definitely infer that the Chinese higher education system is not able to attract or retain the children of rich Chinese. Option C. The Chinese are preparing for the inevitable downfall of the economy and are hence buying assets abroad. For this, let us look at the 5th paragraph. It says that wealthy Chinese are also buying property abroad at record levels and prices, and they are parking their financial assets overseas, often in well-shielded havens and shell companies. This definitely suggests that the rich Chinese or the wealthy Chinese are preparing for the inevitable downfall of the economy, and hence, and to deal with this downfall, they are buying assets abroad. But this option talks only about the Chinese, while the paragraph talks of the wealthy Chinese. So option C cannot be inferred. Let us look at option D also. The extradition of alleged financial fugitives to China indicates that the regime is worried about the emigration of wealth from the country. When we look at the 6th paragraph, it says Beijing is trying to extradite back to China a large number of alleged financial fugitives living abroad. When a country's elites, many of them party members, flee in such large numbers, it is a telling sign of lack of confidence in the regime and the country's future. So if we see that Beijing is trying to get the alleged financial fugitives back, so they are definitely worried about the wealth that is leaving China, and hence they are making efforts to get the wealth back to China. So option D can also be inferred from the first indicator, and hence the correct answer to this question is option C, the one option that cannot be inferred from the first indicator of the regime's vulnerability.